All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. All right. Okay. We're talking about partial fraction with quadratic factors now, but you will have to have reviewed my previous videos on the 5 rules and how to apply the substitution method and the coefficient of term method, and understood that before coming here, because here is a little bit tricky, where we're going to talk about more of the coefficient of terms method. Okay. And if you look at this question, for instance, we have here 5x squared plus 9x minus 1 divided by 2x plus 3, and this. You will notice that this is a quadratic factor because you can't factorize this. So if, for instance, I could factorize this, it would have been 3 linear factors here. But because I can't factorize this quadratic equation, so it's going to be a linear factor and a quadratic factor. So as usual, like I told you, it's going to be the linear, right? And because you can't factorize this, it's going to be a quadratic what? Factor. So before you go up again, you have to check, is the degree of the numerator lower than that of the denominator? Yes. Here is 2, and here will be 3 if you open the bracket. So we're fine. So we're good to go. Then the next one is, then we'll not apply it. So this for the linear is going to be a all over 2x plus 3. Now for quadratic factor, I told you for quadratic factor, ax squared plus bx plus c was equal to ax plus b over the quadratic factor. Do you remember that? So you will use the ax plus b here, and you put it ax plus bx plus c. Is that making sense? So the same thing, it's a quadratic factor. So this is going to be bx plus c divided by x squared plus 5x plus 2. Then that is that for that. Okay, then we've done. Then we'll apply the same rules. We multiply both sides by the denominator. Okay, so here we're going to have 5x squared plus 9x minus 1 divided by 2x plus 3, x squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay, sorry, that's equal to, I have to multiply. So multiplied by the denominator, which is 2x plus 3, x squared plus 5x plus 2, and that'll be equal to a divided by, let me use the same color so that can all follow what I'm doing. So it's going to be a over 2x plus 3 multiplied by the denominator, which is 2x plus 3, x squared plus 5x plus 2, plus the denominator is going to be b, let me write it here because of space. We're going to have bx plus c divided by x squared plus 5x plus 2 multiplied by the factor, which is 2x plus 3, x squared plus 5x plus 2. All right, and that will give you that. So with this, now we can now divide. All right, we can now divide this. So this will all come now have 5x squared plus 9x minus 1 will be equal to, this will divide this. All right, and you have a into bracket x squared plus 5x plus 2. Is this making sense? Then this will cancel that, and you now have plus bx plus c 2x plus 3. So that means all of this, okay? So that's to put it in context, all right? So as usual, like I said, you have to open the bracket, all right? So let's open the brackets for this. So we have bx plus c, and we have 2x plus 3. Bx times 2 will give you 2bx squared. Bx times this will give you plus 3bx. Are you seeing it? Then 2x times 6 will give you plus 2cx. Then c times this will give you plus 3c. Okay. Now, if you collect like terms, bx squared, what is common here? 3b and 2c. So it's going to give me 3b plus 2cx. Are you seeing it? Plus 3c. So that means I can rewrite this equation now as 5x squared plus 9x minus 1 is equal to a into bracket x squared plus 5x plus 2 plus, this is going to give me 2bx. So into bracket 2bx squared plus 3b plus 2cx plus what? 3c. Good. Now that is that for that. That is the hardest one to do. Now the easiest now is to find the coefficient. So we're going to start with the coefficient of x squared. Okay. And that will give you coefficient of x squared here is 5 is equal to coefficient of x squared is 1. 1 times a will give you a plus x squared in all this is 2b. And that will be that for that. Is that making sense? So that will be equation 1. The next one, we're going to look for coefficient of x. Okay. Then x here is going to be 9 is equal to, here is going to be 5. All right. So it's 5a. Here is x is 3b plus c. All right. Plus 3b plus 2c. Can you see? And this will give me equation 2. Then the last one that you're going to look for is the coefficient of the constant. Okay, the coefficient of constant. Now the coefficient of constant we have is we have -1 here. So our -1 is equal to, this is going to give you 2a, and the constant here is this is 2a, and the constant is only 3c plus 3c, and that will give you equation what? 3. Now these are the 3 equations that you're going to use to find what you're looking for. So now what do you need to do now? So remember that we are trying as much as we can to get a particular equation that we can use. Okay, so what do? There are 3 things to do. You can either decide to solve it by simultaneous equation, by trying as much as possible to substitute one into another by using substitution method, or you can go straight to use the elimination method if you want to, where you can have 2 of the unknown being eliminated, or you can just basically just do drag, compare each methods together. But in this one, to make it easy, I'm going to use only the substitution method. So I'm going to go to the next slide now. Okay, the next slide, put it up. All right, so using this, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start with equation 1. Okay, equation 1, we have 5 is equal to a plus 2b. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look for b here. All right, then I'll look for b, make b, sorry for the formula here to substitute here, so we can have only a. Then I also make c to look for a here and substitute here, so I can then look for a put together, right? So let's start. So from equation 1, equation 1. All right. So we have 5 is equal to a plus 2b. So 5 is equal to a plus 2b. All right. So that means I'll take a to the other side. So it's going to be 5 minus a is equal to 2b. I divide both sides by 2. So therefore, b is going to be equal to 5 minus a over what? 2. So let me call this equation 4. Okay. Now, also, let's go to equation 3 now. All right. Let's go to equation 3 and see what we have. So from equation 3, we have minus 1 is equal to 2a plus 3c. So we have, so from equation 3, okay, we have minus 1 is equal to 2a plus what? 3c. Now let us make c such subject of the formula here. So you take 2a to the other side. So you give minus 1 minus 2a is equal to 3c. Then divide both sides by what? 3. So we can now say, therefore, c is going to be equal to minus 1 minus 2a all over what? 3. And let's call this equation what? 5. Now, since b and c, we know them in terms of a, then I can substitute them into the last one here. Can you see? So I can substitute this into the last one here so that I can now find a. So that means I know, sorry, it's equation 2, so I can find a. I know c in terms of a, and I know b in terms of a, so I can find a. Then I'll go back and now solve everything. So let's go from equation 2. Okay, from equation 2. All right, from equation 2, we know that 9 is equal to 5a plus 3b plus 2c. So 9 is equal to 5a plus 3b plus 2c. All right. So I already know my b already, so I can put it in. So 9 is going to be 5a plus my b is 3 into bracket 5 minus a over 2. And my c is equal to, I just put it in that I have minus 1 here. So it's minus 1, 2 minus 2a divided by 3. So it's going to be minus 1 minus 2a divided by what? 3. Then I make a sort of the formula. So I'm going to open the bracket. So the first thing I do is going to be 9 is equal to 5a plus 3 times 5 will give me 15 minus 3a divided by 2. Okay. Then you open the bracket. 2 times minus 1 will give me minus 2. 2 times this will give you minus 4a all over what? 3. Okay. So now I can decide to break this into smaller fractions. So 9 is going to be the same thing as saying 5a is plus. I can say this is 15 over 2 minus 3 over 2a minus 2 over 3 and minus 4 over 3a. Are you seeing something? Then what I do, I get all the a's together and I get all the constant on one side. So I take 15 over 2, this constant, and this constant to the other side. So it's going to give me 9 minus 15 over 2 plus 2 over 3 is equal to, we have 5a minus 3 over 2a minus 4 over 3a. So when we're done with that, you simplify all this. It should give you about 13. If you press your calculator, where's my calculator? So I can try this. So it'll be 9 minus 15 over 2 plus 2 over 3. And that should give you about, let me get my calculator just a second. All right, so yeah, from the calculator I'm having here, it should be 13 over 6. Then when you put 5 minus 3 over 2 minus 4 over 3, it's also giving you 13 over 6a, okay? So in order to make a sort of the formula, we multiply both sides by what? 6 over 13. Multiply both sides by then 6 over 13. And this will cancel out, and this will cancel out, okay? So therefore, a will be equal to what? 1. All right. So now we now know our a to be equal to 1. So we can now come back to equation 4 to get our b. And we can come back to equation 5 to get our c. Does that make sense? So we can now go to equation 4 now to get our b. So we can now say from equation 4, okay? So from equation 4, all right? Or if you don't want to use equation 4, you can decide to come back and use equation 1. Any of them will work, okay? Any of them will work. So from equation 1, if you want to use equation 1 because it looks simpler, so 5 is equal to a plus 2b. So you can now come back and write equation 1. So you can say equation 1, 5 is equal to a plus 2b. So we know our a to be 1, right? So it's going to be 5 is equal to 1 plus 2b. Take 1 to the other side. So it's going to be 5 minus 1 is equal to what? 2b. Divide both sides by 2. Therefore, b will be equal to 5 minus 1 will give you 4. 4 divided by 2 will give you what? 2. So b is equal to 2. Okay? So if b is equal to 2, then you can also come back, use from equation 3 as well to get c. We also know a is equal to 1. So any 1 to get c. So we know from equation 3. Okay, we know from equation 3. Okay, so to get c, we can now say minus 1 is equal to 2a plus 3c. So minus 1 is equal to 2a plus 3c. We still know our a to be 1, right? So it's going to be minus 1 is equal to 2 into bracket 1 plus 3c. Take it to the other side. So it's going to be minus 1 minus 2 into bracket 1 is equal to 3c. Divide both sides by 3. And when you do that correctly, this is going to be minus 1 minus 2. That will give minus 3. So that means c is going to be minus 3 divided by 3, give you minus 1. And the answer is minus 1. Good. And we are done. We've gotten our a, we've gotten our b, and now we've gotten our c. So we just go back to the original equation. It was a over 2x. Okay. So a over 2x plus 3. So it's going to be a over 2x plus 3 plus b or bx plus c divided by, what was it? X squared plus 5x plus 2. So we have x squared plus 5x plus 2. So now we know our a to be 1. Be 1 over 2x plus 3 plus our b was 2. So it's going to be 2x plus c is minus 1 over x squared plus 5x plus 2. So like I said, to make it more fancy, you can now multiply plus and minus, so to give you minus, so it's going to be 2x minus 1. That will be the answer for that partial fraction. Okay, and that will bring us to the end for that. So you can go to the textbook, play around with it, and see how far you can go, and try as much as possible to solve as much question as you can. All right, so I'll see you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. The next video, I'm going to be talking about absolute values and modulus. So I'll see you soon, and please have a nice day, and ensure you like and you subscribe. I also share with your friends just in case. If you have any question, just send me a message or send me an email. Then I will respond to you. Or if there's a particular question you want me to solve in one of my videos, just let me know and I'll solve it for you. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.